what's your take on it? Because I feel like I see the side of like some fans are like, this is predictable. This is what they do every year. Then they look good again. But it's like, isn't like these are kind of the problems that we see in this team in the playoffs. Like either starting a series off slow. Like I just feel like some of these characteristics they show, sure, they get good again. They get great again. They're looking nice. But this is like, I don't know. These are some bad signs from this team, and we see it every year, and then they lose the first round.
I think you called it too. You were like, watch, the Leafs are going to rally off like 4 or 5 games. Like, and they've won 2 games this weekend against great opponents in Boston and Carolina. I'll be completely honest. Like I was obviously, out on Saturday, so I didn't get to watch too much of the Leafs Bruins. I saw the last 5 minutes, which was bananas in its own land, because I was trying to figure out why Shalgren in net, right? I had no idea yet that Samsonov got hurt.
What a weird situation there.
Yeah. So it's weird. Just such an inconsistent, bizarre team to understand that they can win these games. And one thing that you can just look at by looking at the box score is they still didn't score many goals. I mean, they clearly held it down on defense somehow. I'd rather look at, ask you more about the specifics of the game defensively. Like, how did they look defensively?
Well, man, I'll say this. I think a lot of people were giving Sheldon Keefe a lot of credit. I would give him some credit. I think that was the big part of that game. I think matchup game and just realizing how the Hurricanes play. I think like the Leafs were never going to score a lot of goals against Carolina. I didn't expect them off a back-to-back against the Hurricanes in Carolina. I thought that would be a lower scoring game if they were to win. Obviously with Shalgren and net, I had like my uncertainties on it, but against Boston, I think the biggest thing was like, even towards the end, like you could tell that like this team was in shutdown mode and they did it well. So I think Hull actually I think it's always the thing that's said is like, if you don't notice a guy, it's the best thing ever. Right. And that goes with Justin Hull. And I would say against the Bruins, that was probably the case. But more so I'd say Carolina, they just looked a lot more settled. I thought Riley Liljegren, like for Liljegren just returning, I think there was a couple giveaways from him, but I mean, I know you got to watch the Carolina game, right?
Yeah. I saw most of it.
So yeah, even like Carolina, I thought Riley Liljegren, I think Riley even looked more engaged at times, but again, I'm not really happy with Riley's play right now, if I'm being honest. But the guy that just stands out, and it's so like we're hearing it from everyone right now, but I watch every game now, and just seeing John Tavares like this is like, I never thought he was going back to this like form. I've always been awesome. A John Tavares guy. I've always been I always defend this guy, but like, I didn't think I would see this again, to be honest. I'm just being honest. He is electric right now.
And we don't know when this, might wear off a little bit. Like he's playing unbelievable, and we love to see it. But like, we can't really count on this for 82 games. But that's obviously it's such a great sign to see him playing like this. I didn't really have too much.
Yeah, sorry, I rambled on a bit there, but
yeah. No, but at least they got 4 points out of 4 on a weekend of a back-to-back versus 2 contending teams right now. I mean, that's huge, and we'll see where it takes them this week. I think they got somebody tomorrow night. Vegas? I think it's Vegas.
Yeah, it's Vegas and Pittsburgh this week.
Yeah, so we'll see how
isn't
those
that crazy?
Go.
They played Pittsburgh 3 times this month.
That's nuts.
Twice in Pittsburgh.
I know. And of course I wasn't there that weekend. Damn.
Yeah. So, man, I'm just thinking, so I rambled on, but to kind of move towards like that Tavares conversation is like, when you have your captain playing so motivated like this, like at some point it's got to push back. And I think that's where you're seeing from some of the guys. Obviously we want more from Matthews. I think everyone wants more. I think the funny part is being like a Leaf fan is like, I think we see that stretch of struggle and we kind of want them to continue showing that struggle to like prove the point and just dump off someone. But now it's like back to the reality of them being a good team. It's like, you're not going to fire Sheldon Keefe now after 3 wins like that.
Yeah, it's tough. It's fast. It's crazy how fast things change really in a week. And Matthews getting those 2 goals on Saturday is also huge because, obviously slow start for him. And if he can just pot a couple more games where he gets 2 here, or he starts scoring at his pace where he gets 1 a game for like a stretch here, like all of a sudden he's back in the conversation of like, top of the league in goals. And he can do that real quick in a couple weeks. So keep an eye on him for sure, as always. And Sheldon Keefe looks like he's safe right now.
Yeah, safe for now. And I don't think anyone would have expected Tavares to be significantly higher on goals than Matthews right now. So